everyone. A fresh new year of UFC. I haven't seen you all year. You know I have to be that corny. I can't help myself. I am so ready for a new year. I know we've had a couple weekends of UFC cards. Pretty interesting, but this one is about UFC Vegas 85, and I have to start things off with a rematch. Who doesn't love a good rematch? This one is between Molly Meatball McCann versus Diana Belbita. This is a very interesting rematch we have here because Diana Belbita made her UFC debut in October of 2019, and her first fight was with Molly Meatball. And it was an L. And really, Belbita has not been doing very well since then. Her UFC record is a losing one, 2-4 to be exact. So she hasn't been doing too great. And honestly, after her last loss with Carolina last October, in a recent interview, she said she thought about just taking the gloves off and quitting the sport completely. And I don't know, but when you first plant that seed in your brain, it feels like it brings a invisible wall into your brain that might hold you back, at least could be anyway. Molly, she's on the opposite end. In her recent interview before this fight, she said she is excited for it. This is her dream. She loves doing it and she wants to do it as long as she possibly can. So these two girls might be on opposite ends of the spectrum, but Molly has had a habit of being a little sloppy with her fights, so that could get in the way, but she looked pretty sharp with her last fight. So, as long as Molly doesn't get sloppy and let Belbita come in and submit her, I think Molly is going to get her, and I think it's going to be a knockout. So, I don't know, Molly, as long as you don't stay sloppy, then you might let history repeat itself for this one. Next up is another lady fight, Viviane Araujo versus Natalia Silva. So Natalia's going to win this one. It's really just how, at least in my opinion anyway. She is on a 10-fight win streak. This girl, like I have said in previous videos, she is learning, growing, getting consistent. She is on fire right now. And how does she have all the energy she does? This is just like insane how she can keep going and pressing and going and going, and it's just nuts. I think it is going to be too much for Vivi. She is 11 years older than Natalia, and it's not always an issue, but with a girl who's got this much energy, she's got this momentum behind her, I think it will be a problem. Also, Vivi likes to let it go to decision. Never a good idea, would never encourage that. I don't think Natalia is going to let her go to decision. So with all of this, I do think that Natalia is going to press her. It's going to be too much for Vivi. I think it's going to be a fun fight. It's really going to be showing what Natalia can do, but I don't think Vivi's going to come out with a win here, and I think Natalia is going to make it an 11-fight win streak, but we'll see. And last up, the main event, Roman Dolidze versus Nassourdine Imavov. These two guys have not had a lot of luck over the last year when it comes to canceled bouts, but they have been training, so they're not just coming off of the couch like some other fighters that we've seen recently. This is going to be a fun fight. Both guys are super tough. However, I think Nassourdine has a little bit of an edge because Roman, he likes to have bursts of energy and then sometimes he'll lay back. I'm sure he's trying to recoup. Nassourdine, though, he is younger. He's 7 years younger. He doesn't need that time. He is coming out guns on fire. And I think that this is going to be what takes Roman out, because if Roman does have bursts of energy and then lays back, that's going to open the door wide open for Nassourdine to come in and knock him out, which I kind of think is what's going to happen. But this is going to be a really fun and interesting fight to watch. Let me know what you think, though. Like, subscribe, comment. Also, you can follow me on Twitter. I will be watching all of the fights. Prelim game, where you at? I love watching every single one of them, commenting on them. You know there's always something crazy going on. But either way, I am back. I hope you had a great holiday and a great start to your new year, 2024. Let's get it.